MLB The Show has baseball for you under the lights at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. Tonight, the second of four between the Miami Marlins and the Philadelphia Phillies. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. Ben Lively is on the mound for game 2. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, this guy's had a solid year up to this point. It's not an easy thing to do in baseball this year with all the high-scoring games, but this guy has an ERA of sub-3, and that's saying something. If he continues to do that, I think you're going to see a really good performance out of him in this one.
Stepping in, Gene Segura, and we are set for baseball here this evening.
Gene Segura.
Here's the first pitch to him, and he fouls this one off. These Phillies, as they enter play here tonight, fellas, they come in scuffling a bit of late, just 2-4 over their last 6 games.
Yeah, Matty, these players got in their cars today to drive to the stadium, focused on one thing, not who was going to be the hero, just the fact that they needed a W, and that one of their teammates, whether it's them or someone else, has to come up with a big knock.
Another 0-2 home. And he goes and chops this one out towards second. Right to him. And that's the first out. And here's how the visiting Miami Marlins will line up in this one. Thoughts, Dan? Who stands out?
Well, Matty, I'm looking for signs of life from Stephen Piscotty. In the last 10 games, he's hitting under 250. He's a guy they need to hit a lot better than that because he's a big part of this ball club.
Now at the plate, JT Realmuto, and he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. And they start him out away with a cold strike. And not a bad night for baseball, and even 70 degrees here at game time. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Behind 0-2 now. Slider. Ooh, thought he had him, but it's 1-2. So let's take a peek at the umpiring crew working this one. Behind the plate is Eric Summersgill.
You know what, Dan? I'm always baffled when Eric Summersgill's behind the dish because he has a tendency to favor one side of the plate.
You know, that's one of the things I think pitchers get a little bit frustrated with the E-train at times. It's like, hey, if you're going to give me that inside quarter, give it to me, but don't keep moving the dish around on me all game.
So he punches him out looking at the fastball. JT Realmuto is the second out of the opening frame. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. There's a strike.
Pretty good pitch to hit there that he let go. I know it's early and they're probably wanting to run his pitch count up, but he may not get another pitch like that to swing at the rest of the game.
0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. Wind up and the 0-2 pitch. Popped him up. And Franco will make the catch to retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. Now it'll be the Phillies' turn. No score. Dan Straley is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for the Marlins. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, Matty V, a little bit of a mixed bag with this guy. An ERA of over 4 in his last 3 starts. He's either been really good or really bad, and recently he's been more bad than good. It'll be interesting to see if he can turn it around and pitch better in this one here today.
Now to the plate, number 4. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. A fastball that finds the outside corner. Guys, this Marlins ball club, as they begin play here tonight, they do come in fresh off a victory last time out, but they've been giving ground in the division of late. They've won just twice in their last 7 games.
Yeah, guys, after the first 4 games on this road trip, they find themselves 2-2, kind of par for the course. But they got to find a way to play a little bit better today, kind of turn the tide and get it working in a positive direction.
And now a bunt attempt here as he gets this one down. And the throw to first will be in time, so they stamp out the bunt attempt. With that, a look at the Phillies batting order in this one. Dero, what you got on this lineup tonight?
Matty, this lineup's got to be willing to adjust. They cannot stay staunch and try and pull everything, or there will be a ton of ground ball and weak fly ball contact. They have to be willing to use line to line to get this done today.
So next to the plate for the Phils, Nick Williams. And you can see he really enjoys hitting here at Citizens Bank Park, which is not a shocker. It's a good place to be a hitter. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And he gets the call that time for strike number 1.
Let's go, Philadelphia.
That's lifted the other way out to left. Waiting on it, the left fielder. And that's the second out of the inning.
Batting third, center fielder, Odubel.
Here's the center fielder, Odubel Herrera. Batter pitcher numbers against Dan Straley. He's totaled 4 hits in 16 tries. He also has 1 home run. And that one right down Main Street. And facing right-handed pitching so far this season, Herrera is batting exactly .230. Not where he wants to be, I'm sure.
Matty, he struggled against right-handed pitching all season long, but he just needs a few knocks today, maybe to get the confidence going. I don't think this is the norm for this ball player. Hey, this boy ain't messing around right now. Attacking his zone, showing a lot of confidence in his stuff. He's got 2 quick outs, and now he's got this guy down 0-2.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he turns on one, sending it high and deep to right. Piscotty ranging back. And this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one. A solo home run here off the bat of Odubel Herrera. Home run number 9 on the year. And the Phillies grab a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, we always talk about how important it is to spot your starter or run it to early in the game, and he does just that, blasting a no-doubt bomb that serves notice. They're going to be swinging with the wood here. No better way to get the home crowd into it right out of the gates.
Here's Carlos Santana now, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Looking to get on base and keep this first inning alive. The windup and the 0-1. Swing and a little tapper. That goes foul. 2 strikes on him now. Bases are empty here with 2 men out.
Man, he's going to be kicking himself when he goes and watches the video after this one. That's a changeup, 2 strikes in the wheelhouse. You cannot miss that pitch.
1 ball.
Inside, as he might be trying to set him up here 1-2.
I know he buried that slider in right there, but that's a dangerous pitch. If he doesn't pot commit and bury that inside, it leaks out over the plate. He can get hurt with that pitch.
And an off-speed pitch swung on and missed, and with that, the side is retired. Some more of the colorful characters here at the ballpark tonight. More from Citizens Bank Park in just a moment. Ready now for the Marlins, Stephen Piscotty. He'll get us started in the top of the second.
Stephen Piscotty.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Sent on the ground out to second. Fielded cleanly. Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second.
Time to take a look at the Philly D. And let's take a look at first baseman Carlos Santana. Originally came up from the minors as a catcher. Also has dabbled at DH. But don't get it twisted. This guy can handle first base as well with soft hands and big-time power at the plate.
Standing in, JT Riddle. And the home-away splits tell us he's actually quite a bit better hitting on the road than he is at home.
Let's go, Philly!
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And a curveball that started low and broke lower. Ball one. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Phillies have an early 1-0 lead here in inning number 2. And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Altair moves over. 2 down. And that'll bring in the multi-dimensional Lewis Brinson. And you see that average below the dreaded Mendoza line. Now here's the pitch. High in the air down the right field line. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. 2 out, nobody on. And they'll try to bounce a curveball on 0-2, but he holds back. It's 1-2 now.
Tried to get him to chase that 0-2 curveball there, but he wasn't biting. Very well could see it again here, though.
1-2 pitch is a slider that misses. 2-2.
That's back-to-back breaking balls away, but now he's got himself into a little bit of a tough spot. You probably can't throw that again, so your opponent is probably up there just looking for a fastball that he can drill.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. There's a swing and a high pop-up. And Santana will put the squeeze on this one, and the inning is over. Miami down in order. They still trail 1-0. Digging in now for Philadelphia, Aaron Altair, and he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. A good knee-high changeup taken for a strike. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch.
That's a ball.
And a fastball just a bit up.
Now there's your textbook waist pitch right there. Try and get the eye level up. Let's see if he comes back with another fastball elevated or drops a hammer off.
And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
All right, here's the defensive alignment for the Miami Marlins. And one of the best guys on the defensive side of the ball today is going to be manning left field. Unbelievable range out there, the ability to go back on balls, not fearful of the wall at all, and has a strong and accurate arm.
Settling in now, Maikel Franco. Batter-pitcher numbers against Dan Straley. He brings a scary .368 batting average. Here's the first pitch to him. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. Franco is unlike many of today's hitters in the sense that he doesn't have a lot of swing and miss in his approach at the plate. More often than not, he gets contact, and I'm sure that makes him a frustrating hitter to face from a pitcher's standpoint.
You know, he takes his chances when he has count leverage. Without question, 1-0, 2-0, you'll see this guy try and get nasty a little bit, but he stays within himself. He knows what his strengths are, and he tries to drive the ball right back where it came from.
And that'll bring in J.P. Crawford. First delivery to him on the way. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Liner towards second. Well, this won't get over the second baseman's glove as he's got it to end the inning. Phillies down in order. We play 2 innings. It's 1-0. Up next from Miami, Johnny Giavotella. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the 3rd after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
Here's the first pitch to him. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Herrera on the run. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out. And with 1 away, we check out where these guys sit in the current division standings, and it's not all that pretty as they face a sizable deficit at this point in the season. At the plate, number 12, and the average isn't pretty, down into the roaring 220s to begin the ball game. First pitch coming. Here it is. Now a bunt attempt here, and he'll beat the throw as he's got himself a bunt single.
Batting ninth, pitcher Dan Straley.
The pitcher, Dan Straley, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here. He's ready. Here's the first offering, and they'll try to stay out of the double play here as he lays this one down. Flip to the second baseman covering now for the out.
The batter, number 2.
Gene Segura standing in as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. He's set. Here it comes. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball. Good lead there at second. Here's the pitch. And he gets him to swing through that one. He's in control. 0-2.
You know that nasty changeup's lurking right here. If I'm in the batter's box, I have to tell myself to stay back. I have to take pull side out of the equation, or that changeup's going to beat me.
Swing and a liner. Foul. On its way, the 0-2 pitch. And he just barely makes contact there as this is fouled at the plate, and it remains 0-2. Segura behind on a 1-2 count.
This kind of hitter right here, we call this guy a grinder. What are grinders? They just kind of foul off some good pitches. They lay off the pitches just off the plate. This is every pitcher's nightmare, a guy that's up there with a plan and not just up there swinging at anything that you throw towards home plate.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes.
3-2.
This one misses, and that'll fill the count here. 3-2 with 2 away.
Hey, this has been an epic at-bat right here. I don't blame the pitcher for a little nibbling right there. Maybe get a swing and a miss. He didn't bite on that once, and now we go full count.
And that misses, ball 4. So it's first and second now with 2 out.
Finally, up to this point, the entire lineup had been swinging at anything close, and this guy decides to show a little more patience than the dish and is rewarded with a base on balls. That was a good at-bat.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, JT Realmuto. First time up, he went down looking. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Fly ball out toward left center field. Altair is after it. He makes the catch. What a play on the run to end the inning. Marlins strand a pair. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. Now at the plate, Jorge Alfaro, and he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. Changeup in for a strike.
0-1.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Missed with a slider. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Fastball runs in tight here, and it's 2-1.
I don't blame him for not coming over the heart of the plate. He circled this guy on the lineup card when he got to the yard today. He's been swinging one of the hotter bats in the game.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch.
That's ball 4.
Fastball that just misses inside.
You can bet they'd love ball 4 here. That gives the pitcher on deck an obvious bunt situation to move the runner into scoring position.
And good patience exercised as he works out the walk to lead off the home half of the third.
Yeah, the guy's been on fire lately, hitting anything close, so I think this is the way to go here. Get the bat out of his hands any way that you can.
So here now is the pitcher, Ben Lively, and we'll likely see him square around to bunt. First offering on its way. Now a bunt attempt here. And he'll pounce on this quickly to tag him out.
Sacrifice was in order right there as he gets the bunt down right there. And sometimes it's easier to just tag him instead of making that throw to first base.
In now, number 4. 0 for 1 here in the early going. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Comes right after him with a fastball for a strike.
Yeah, I'm shocked he let that first pitch go right there. High fastball, but usually those ones travel the furthest.
A ball and a strike to the Phillies leadoff man. Way in front of a great slider that time.
I wouldn't be surprised if he used his aggressiveness against him right here. If you're going to get a swing outside the zone 1-1, might as well fish a little bit further.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Down the third baseline. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. The 1-2 is looked at for ball number 2. Hit on the ground out to short. And that's the second out.
The right fielder, number 5.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Nick Williams. He flew out in his last at-bat. First pitch coming. Here it is. A changeup right on the outside corner for a strike. Alfaro at second with 2 down. Curveball that time, not even close. The 1-1 is taken for strike 2.
Hey, that's a great job by the pitcher right there, stealing a strike with that get me over breaking ball, and now he can get a little nastier with it in the dirt.
The 1-2. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. He'll try again. 1-2. And the changeup is way low that time. The 2-2. He swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. Phillies strand 1, but they're up 1-0. Leading off the inning, Derek Dietrich, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Derek Dietrich.
First pitch of the at-bat. I tried to hold back on that pitch outside, but went around for strike 1. And now a pitch on the way. Hit to short. Crawford fields it cleanly. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th.
Now batting.
And while we have a moment here, let's look at the Phillies' road to the show report. 2 guys there that this organization has to be happy about right now. Striding in once again, Stephen Piscotty. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. There's a strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Fastball that he's way out in front of. A swing and a miss.
You can tell this offense is getting frustrated, but this might be one you have to shower off. When a guy's locating like this, fastball at the knees and to both corners, it's going to be tough for them to do anything with it.
And that is swung on and missed. He's down on strikes, and the first 2 are retired here to begin inning number 4.
It's so hard to hit when you're behind the count 0-2, right? You have to protect for the fastball. You have to look for the soft stuff down and away. You're really at a disadvantage when you fall behind 0-2.
And next to the plate will be J.T. Riddle, as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. The 1-0 home. Now a hard liner, but this is a foul ball. The 1-1 home. Hit weakly back to the mound. And the throw is wide as he couldn't keep his foot on the bag that time, and we'll have to see how they want to score that play. Ready for another chance. Lewis Brinson. He popped out in his first trip. First pitch on its way. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone.
As a hitter right here, you have to tell yourself, I can't get too big. Don't let the moment get away from me. A nice bullet in the gap gets the job done in this situation.
0-1 pitch on its way. And a breaking ball in the dirt that time for a ball. The 1-1 is swung on and missed for strike number 2.
Got him to chase after the curveball below the zone there. That was a really nice pitch, and it can be a really tough one to lay off of as a hitter.
Ready on 1-2. Fastball here misses low, and it's back to even now at 2-2. From the belt, kicks and deals.
Swing and a miss at a big breaking ball, and that's how the inning comes to an end.
1 left for Miami. It remains 1-0. Trying to pick things up where we left off. Odubel Herrera set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
And that last at-bat when he went deep, he turned around a pretty good fastball. So I'm kind of thinking this guy's a good fastball hitter. So I might want to move that ball up and down and in and out and try not to throw it right down the middle of the plate.
The windup and the 0-1. Lifted down the line in left. And this will wind up a foul ball. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Oh, and he's caught looking at a beautiful curveball there as that buckled him for the first out of the inning.
First baseman, number 41.
So now Carlos Santana was a strikeout victim in his first try. Here comes the first pitch. And it's fouled away. Just 1 hit apiece for both of these clubs. One ball and 1 strike to the Phillies first baseman. Santana waiting on a 1-1. And that pitch catches the inside corner.
1-2.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. And that one stayed too low apparently.
2-2.
Now a swing as he rifles this one into center for a base hit.
Boy, after that base knock right there, D-Roll, he extends his hitting streak to 7 games.
Yeah, and you can tell he's made some necessary adjustments at the plate. Anytime you're getting a knock every day of the week, you're doing things right. He's keeping that front shoulder tucked, staying inside the ball, not trying to do too much.
From the stretch. And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. Has a look, now the pitch. Good curveball that time in the low 80s, 0-2. The 0-2 delivery. Hit hard on the ground towards second. A diving try, but it's through into the outfield. Long throw to third. And he's safe.
Adapt and persevere. That's what I always said on the offensive side. Down in the count right there. Batter hits a ground ball the other way. He's able to fight off a tough count and get himself a base hit.
Stepping in now, Maikel Franco. In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. So the lead runner holds on, but the trailer will take second. Oh, much too tardy on the fastball. 1-1. Looking at his career totals, Franco brings a batting average just a little over the .250 mark. Now the 1-1 pitch. Taken, strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The 1-2. Very weakly on the ground. That ball's foul, so a good job to fight it off and stay alive. Here he comes again, 1-2. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
Good take right there. He's given him a great battle with guys in scoring position. We'll see who's going to win this duel.
Outside in a full count, 3-2.
Looked to me like he tried to do way too much on that 2-2 pitch. You don't have to come into the zone on that count, but a pitch that far outside isn't going to tempt anyone to swing.
Fouled off. The next 3-2. That swung on and lifted down the left field line. And he'll lay out to make a spectacular catch. Wow. And the runner scores from third as they extend their lead. Stepping up to the plate, J.P. Crawford. He's 0 for 1 thus far. He's set and the pitch. Late on that one as it's fouled off to the left side. Altair stands at second with 2 gone. Oh, 0-2 the count to Crawford.
You know, I think this is a big situation in this game. They've got to lead by a couple of runs, but they don't want to look back on this inning when this one's over and think that they left some runs out there on the base path. Scoring more here would be huge.
Here's the 0-2. Waved at and missed for the third out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning is over. Phillies will have to be content with just the one. We played 4 full. Phillies on top 2-0. Striding in, Johnny Giavotella will start off the 5th in this one.
Second baseman, Johnny Giavotella.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Missed with a breaking ball. Now the 1-0. Line to the right side. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is aboard.
Hey guys, he doubled up on that breaking ball. The batter obviously timed the first one. Second one, he was not going to let go. Good wood on that one, able to drive it for a base hit.
Standing in now, number 12, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Swing and a liner. That's in another base hit. He's 2 for 2.
Now batting, pitcher, Dan Straley.
Digging in to try it again, Dan Straley. He did his job and laid down a successful sac bunt in his first appearance. Here's the first pitch to him. Showing bunt here, but he takes ball 1.
Well, they've yet to hang a number on the scoreboard, but it looks like they've got a great opportunity from the breakthrough. Going to be pretty demoralizing if they can't.
Now the 1-0 is taken for ball 2.
Boy, he just looks locked in at the plate right now to me. His numbers in recent games have been very good, and those were 2 stone-cold takes right there that put himself in a great hitter's count.
Now a bunt attempt here. And you can't ask for much more out of a pitcher than that. The sacrifice works to perfection.
Now batting, shortstop,
Gene Segura standing in. It was a walk in his last trip. First delivery to him on the way. A ball and no strikes. The 1-0 home. Ground ball left side. There is Franco. Throw gets him 2 down.
now batting, catcher.
Digging in once again, JT Realmuto. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. First offering on its way. Takes a knee-high fastball. With runners in scoring position this season, Realmuto brings a batting average in the low 220s to the table.
He'd be the first to tell you he's not happy with his batting average this season, but he can beat you in a variety of different ways, and he has to because he wouldn't be here otherwise.
Realmuto behind with an 0-2 count now.
Hey, this guy is 1 strike away from absolutely cruising through the first 5 innings. No need to even warm up the bullpen the way this guy's pounding the zone.
Popped him up. Santana has room in foul territory. He's got it, and that'll get him out of the jam. Marlins strand a pair. They're down 2-0. Ready now, Jorge Alfaro reached base via the walk in his first plate appearance.
Catcher, Jorge Alfaro.
First pitch of the at-bat. Lifted in the air out to right. Piscotty's there for it. 1 away. Now to the plate, the pitcher, Ben Lively. He did his job and laid down a successful sac bunt in his first appearance. First offering on its way. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. The windup and the 0-1. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Both clubs with 3 hits in the ballgame. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him.
This is why it's so hard to be successful as a hitter when you fall behind in the count. 1-2, you're probably expecting some sort of off-speed pitches, but when the pitcher offers up a good hard fastball, it's pretty hard to adjust and catch up to it.
Into the box, number 4. As he'll take a look at a curveball that misses wide for ball 1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. The 1-0 home. Misses for the second ball.
Pretty easy takes to start out this at bat. None of those pitches were even close to the strike zone.
2 balls and a strike.
Love the pitch call there. 2-0. You know the guy's geared up for a fastball, and you drop a changeup in the zone. That's going to be a tough pitch to handle.
And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. 2 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error in the ballgame for the Phillies so far. Hit on the ground down the first baseline, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia, but they hold a 2-0 lead. Digging in once again, Derek Dietrich. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far.
Derek Dietrich.
Here comes the first pitch. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. And now a curveball that bounces up to the plate. It's 1-1. So 1-1. Backs him off the plate, and slider that nearly got him.
Even though that wasn't a fastball, it's never fun seeing a pitch come right at your head. Your first thing is to dive out of the way. It's not to see if you could see the stitching of a slider and decipher whether or not it's a fastball.
Changeup messed up his timing for a swinging strike.
Well, there's a pitch we haven't seen in a while. If he's going to have the ability to flip that in there whenever he wants, this is going to be a tough test.
Two pitch is fouled away. Here now the 2-2. Doesn't get the zone. Count full now.
Great AB so far. I'd really like to see this guy work a walk and get on base for this team. Maybe give them a shot of confidence that they got a shot to get back in this one.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Count remains full.
I know it's a guessing game, but usually when you flip that coin, it better come up fastball at this level. You cannot be late right there. That was right in the wheelhouse.
Again, he sends it out of play. Payoff pitch one more time. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Herrera on the run. He makes the catch. A great effort to get there and record the first out of the inning.
The batter, right fielder.
Ready once again, Stephen Piscotty. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. First pitch coming. Here it is. A changeup that just catches the bottom of the zone for a strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Behind 0-2 now. Hit hard on the ground to first. Santana's got it, and a step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
Now batting, third baseman, J.T.
And next to the plate will be J.T. Riddle. He hits with 2 away as they continue to trail in this close game.
Well, Matt, this has been a big inning on the mound. He's had to face the middle of the order, and so far he's held them at bay.
Yeah, this feels like the kind of inning we'll look back on at the end of the game, even if the result of it changes dramatically here. He's ready. Here's the first offering. 0-1 the count. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. A high fastball is in there.
I think he's pitched better than anyone really expected in this one. He's done a real nice job, but someone's going to make him pay if he puts too many more pitches in that location.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Another slow breaking ball that misses down low.
Don't be shocked if he doesn't go right back to that same pitch. You could tell he jelly-legged him at the plate a little bit. Froze him, but just missed the zone.
No runs, 3 hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. Lifted in the air out to left. Altair is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. They trail things here 2-0. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Nick Williams. No hits to this point.
Right fielder, Nick Williams.
Here's the first pitch to him. 4-1.
After watching that one go by and a ball being called, you could rest assured he knows he's not getting away with another one of those. I guarantee you he's going to be aggressive on this next pitch.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. High in the air down the right field line. But this is going to wind up a foul ball. Grounded to first. To his right, Dietrich. And he'll step on first himself for the out.
The batter, center fielder,
Odubel Herrera will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ballgame. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A ball and no strikes.
In today's game, everybody's trying to work off the mound north-south, trying to elevate that heater. He wanted that pitch right there, but I can tell you as an offensive player, I'd rather give you 6 inches off east-west than to have you call that high fastball.
Pitch on the way. And maybe a little frustrated on the mound here as the fastball misses for ball 2 now. Hit in the air down the right field line. But this will land foul shy of the wall. Swing and a miss. 2-2 now.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Full count to Herrera. 3-2. On deck, Carlos Santana. 1 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
the first baseman, number 41, Carlos.
Here's Carlos Santana now. He was a strikeout victim his first trip and then collected a base hit his last time around. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Inside with the fastball, it's 1-0. Line drive to left. That's in for a base hit, and he's 2 for 3. He'll get it into second. And he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a 2-base hit. So some life with 2 away as he's into second with the opposite field double. And as you see there, he currently tops the Phillies in that department. Riding in once again, Aaron Altair, a hit in 2 tries so far. Here comes the first pitch. And he lays off there, 1-0. Santana at second with 2 down. One and 1 to Aaron Altair. One and 1, here it comes. Fastball down near the shoe tops. The 2-1 is a slider taken for a ball.
He's gotten himself into a little bit of trouble out here. Middle of the order up in a run-scoring situation, and now he might have to challenge him. Going to have to make some good pitches here.
2 out here and a runner at second. In there, and it's full 3-2.
You know he wants to end this inning right here on 3-2, but I don't think we'll see him lay one in on the next pitch there with a base open to work with.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. Danger averted following the 2-out double. On to the back third tonight. Stick around on the show. Welcome back to Citizens Bank Park here in Philadelphia. It's on to the 7th inning now with the Phillies out in front, and it's a good time to check out our game summary through the first 6 innings so far. And that'll bring in the multi-dimensional Lewis Brinson. And guys, 7th inning already. Hey, I'm not complaining, but this one's been flying by.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, Matt. That's what you get when both starting pitchers have it working. Neither of them have been nibbling around the strike zone at all, and they've trusted their defense to make the plays, and they've done just that.
Yeah, and it's resulted in a game that could really go either way in these late innings. Now the pitch. Just got a piece of the fastball that time as it's chopped foul at the plate for strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Swing and a ball hit high in the air, deep down the left field line. This has plenty of carry. Nearly a big fly to start the inning. Instead, a foul ball. On the ground to third. Franco has it. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Now batting, second baseman, Johnny.
Ready for another shot now, Johnny Giavotella. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Line down the left field line. But this is going to get foul. Now the pitch. And he just misses with a curveball. The 1-1 home. Popped him up. Santana in foul ground. Full extension, but he can't make the catch. That's strike 1. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Altair moves over. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. Digging in to try it again. Number 12. 2 away in the inning, and Dan, it looks like this could be another 1-2-3 inning for him.
Yeah, he has really found a groove on the mound, and it's been impressive to watch. It'll be interesting to see how long he can keep this dominance up.
First delivery to him on the way. A breaking ball taken at the knees for strike 1.
Well, he's done a real nice job with that breaking ball in this start. That's not the first time he's locked a guy up with it.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Pulled toward right center field. Pereira is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Miami down in order. They trail it here 2-0. Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. Jim Johnson will come on now, and he'll slide into the 7th spot in the lineup following the double switch. Jed Lowry will also come on now as he'll move into the pitcher's number 9 hold in the order here on that double switch.
Number 8.
Ready for another chance? Maikel Franco. He was robbed of a hit in his last at-bat, so he'll try to change his fortunes here.
Third baseman, Maikel Franco.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And that one just missed outside. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And this one runs a little too far in, ball 2. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
Great spot on that 2-2 fastball. You can't place it on the inside corner any better than that. And as a hitter, there's just not a whole lot you can do with that unless you're looking for it and time it just right. Love seeing a guy that can work the inside with his fastball.
And that'll bring in J.P. Crawford as he lays off a fastball too low for ball one. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. The 1-0. Lifted the other way to left center. Segura is under it. 2 down.
Now batting, catcher, Jorge Alfaro.
Digging in now for Philadelphia, Jorge Alfaro. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Takes a good curveball at the knees.
Hey, I watched Tom Glavine master throwing changeups inside to right-handed batters and getting them to pull it foul. If this guy can command that front hip curveball, he's going to go to it all game.
Now the 0-1. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. 2 out, nobody on. And he's a little too high with that one. 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and 2 strikes to the Phillies catcher.
I had to count 2 and 2.
Skied into very shallow right. Piscotty's there for it. And the inning is over. Phillies down in order. They're up 2-0. Here's Jed Lowry now, and he's getting his first plate appearance here in the 8th after entering off the bench just a little bit ago.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally. Man, this guy has retired a whole slew right now. I think what he needs to do is just stay focused and keep attacking the game plan like he has up to this point, because everything he's done has worked.
And it's a called strike to even the count at 1. A ball and 2 strikes now.
Hey, he's been able to pound that zone all night, working that outer half of the plate. That's why he's having so much success.
The 1-2. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Williams is under it. 1 down. Back to the top of the Miami lineup now, and stepping in, Gene Segura. 4th trip to the plate now, and he's hitless to this point.
Yeah, he and his teammates have really been shut down by some very good pitching in this one. Been fun for a guy like me to watch.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Tough one to lay off, called a strike. Tough slider down low for a strike.
He's feeling it out there on the mound, just getting the ball and throwing it with a lot of confidence right now.
And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. The 1-2. line towards center field. But sadly for him, this will head straight to the center fielder as he puts it away without much trouble for the second out.
JT Realmuto.
Ready now for the Marlins, JT Realmuto. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Now a ball hit pretty well to the left, but this is going to wind up in the seats foul. The windup and the 0-1. Good breaking ball that time, in for a strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. This one's blooped out toward right center field. And that'll get down for a base hit.
Hey, just a nice piece of hitting right there. He's able to keep his hands inside that ball, stay square as long as possible, and feed it into the opposite field for a base hit.
Into the box now, Derek Dietrich, as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1.
One of the keys to pitching late in the games, first pitch strikes, and this guy's rolling along. So far, over 70% of his first pitches have been for strikes.
And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. Coming up on the century mark in pitches now through the first 7 2/3.
And he's going to empty the bucket right here. He sees the finish line, Dan, and he's got a chance at this.
Well, there's no doubt about it right now. And what makes it easier, too, from a manager's standpoint right now, you could probably just go to one guy in the bullpen to finish this game. A terrific job, 7 2/3 up to this point.
Hit sharply on the ground. Scooped up. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Marlins lead 1. They're down 2-0.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Marlins, number 26, Junichi Suzuki.
William Lee is going to grab a bat here as he looks to try to set the table in the bottom of the 8th as they look for some insurance. And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball 1.
Great job to be able to lay off that pitch right there. You could tell the minute it came out of his hand, his eyes lit up at the plate.
Here we go now, Bills.
Ready with the 1-0 pitch. And a neck-high fastball that time. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Swinging a ball line down in the left field corner. But this will be foul. Now the 2-1. Fouled away.
Come on, Bills.
This pitch is popped up. Dietrich is there, and that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting, number 4.
So the Phillies batting order turns over and set to go. Number 4. He's 0 for 3 so far, so he hasn't done much to help at the top of the lineup. First delivery to him on the way. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner.
There's a called strike on a fastball up in the zone. We're seeing more of that from pitchers nowadays. With the launch angles, guys are looking for the ball down in the zone. If a pitcher can pitch up in the zone like that pitch right there, you can go ahead and make some hay.
Soft liner to the left side. He lays out for it, but he can't pull it in.
Boy, this guy's been swinging a hot stick lately, and there's just another example. And even when he doesn't hit one on the barrel, he still manages another base hit.
Yeah, don't overthink it. When you're flowing like he is right now, he's hot as a pistol. Everything's falling.
Up next will be Nick Williams. Now this is up and in, and I don't think he likes that location much. It's ball one. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Piscotty's there for it. And he makes the catch for the second out. Here's the center fielder, Odubel Herrera. Previously against Junichi Tozawa, 2 hits in 7 tries. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. Set to deliver the 0-1. Sent on the ground out to second. Taken there by Lowry. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, 1 man left on. We've played 8 full. Philadelphia is on top 2-0. Back at the home of the Phillies, Citizens Bank Park, as you get a look there at the famous City Hall here in Philadelphia. Hector Neris comes out of the bullpen to shut things down here in the 9th.
Hector Neris.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Stephen Piscotty. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once.
Looking for base runners here as they're down 2 playing on the road. Not an easy thing to do, trying to score runs or bunch hits together off of a closer.
And we kick off the 9th inning with a swinging strike here. 0-1.
Hey, boys, although I'd love to get all over this offense for underachieving, let's tip our cap to this pitching staff right here. They've been able to execute, working all 4 quadrants and keeping this team totally off balance.
Oh, and a good tight slider there, and he's in command. 0-2. Good waste pitch. 1-2. Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. Piscotty is retired, and there's 1 away. So his day fully over now as you get a look at the pitching line for the Phillies starter. He was great all night long. And next to the plate will be JT Riddle. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1. Here it comes. 1-0. Missed with a slider.
Well, 2-0 now, and this is where he makes his money. If he gets a pitch to hack at, you can bet he's not going to hold back.
Now the 2-0. It's a fastball that misses.
Walks are never good, but they're especially bad news late in games like this. It seems like they always come back to bite you.
Here it is, the 3-0 is looked at for the first strike.
Hey, that 3-0 pitch might have been important for him right there. Regroup, get his mechanics back under him, and drive something down through the strike zone. Wouldn't throw the exact same pitch right here. Might want to cheat towards one of the corners.
The 3-1. Swung on and missed. A full count now.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Now the 3-2 pitch. And that's outside. He lost him, ball 4.
Well, that was a slider in a 3-2 count, and it just didn't tempt him enough to get a good swing. A good job of pitch recognition and knowing the strike zone to draw the free pass there.
And that'll bring in the multi-dimensional Lewis Brinson. He was a ground-out victim last time up. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Takes a knee-high fastball. Riddle, a runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. And a splitter here, but he had a bit too much on it as this bounces up to the plate.
Not a surprise to see that low splitter there. Anything with downward movement like that is going to be at the top of the list in a double play situation.
The count now at 2-1. And he misses low here, so the count goes to 3-1. Out of the stretch, here's his 3-1 home. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
I think it's a real possibility that they put that run on first in motion. That would help them stay out of that double play that would end the inning, but that's also kind of risky at the same time.
Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. The 3-2 one more time. And a splitter swung on and missed that time, and that'll be out number 2.
Well, this pitching staff has done a pretty good job right there. That's the 4th time he struck out, and we're only in the 2nd game of this series.
Miguel Rojas will be called upon here to hit with the game on the line.
Miguel Rojas.
And this pitch is right down the middle, strike 1. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. Throw on to first. He'll take care of him. And the Phillies have come back to even up this series at a game apiece as this ball game is over.
Well, as a former pitcher, you know I love these low-scoring games as opposed to those slugfests. This was like a throwback game when home runs weren't so common and pitching was really dominant. No complaints here.
This evening's game finishes 2-0 the final score. The Philadelphia Phillies jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Ben Lively earns his team-leading 11th win. Dan Straley pitched well, allowing only 2 earned, but ends up taking the loss. Hector Neris earns the save out of the bullpen, his 17th on the year. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Dan Plesac and Mark DeRosa, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a special presentation of